to the computer. Did you guys all hear it? Lovely. Okay, amazing. So here we go. Well, thank you so much for everyone that has hopped on. And for those of you watching the recording, hello. I just wanted to do this call with convention coming up. I am so unbelievably excited because I was able to make my very first convention with Amare last year. And when I tell you that it was a huge turning point in my business, I mean that. I'm like standing on 10 toes. I mean that with my whole heart because just being in the room with so many like minded people, so many people who have the same vision and the same mission, like the energy was palpable. You could actually feel it, like grab it and hold on to it. And so I kind of just wanted to get us excited for convention this year and what's coming down the pipeline. And I thought, who better than to bring the excitement than the man, the myth, the legend, Wilson himself. I am so excited. So if you guys have never met Wilson, he is just absolutely incredible. He's been with Amare for I don't know how long, Wilson, now. Hold up how many fingers. I feel like you've been around since I've been around. So 3 years, I want to say, right? Even maybe a little bit more. Um, and I have just had the pleasure, like Shannon said, of hearing from him. And he is just like not just a wealth of knowledge, but he keeps it real. He is so funny, just a breath of fresh air. And so he has the ins and outs of what's going on, all of what he can tell us, like what he's allowed to tell us. I'm hoping that he will. And just give you guys kind of insight into what is happening with Amare this year and why you need to be in the room with us, whether that is in person or now we are excited to announce that there is a virtual option, which I am so grateful for. So, for those of you who can't make it in person, you'll be able to see it on the screen. And I've done a couple of conventions virtually, and the energy is still there. Ah, yes. Okay, I'm so excited. Some of you have already gotten your tickets, so that's so exciting. Trust me. Even if you can't make it, virtual is still so exciting. I just popped it on my computer and was just going about my day, sat down for the really important parts, and then also just had it on, and it still felt you can still feel the energy from the screen. So I'm grateful that they have offered us that option this year. And with that, I'm just going to let Wilson take the lead on this. Wilson, we are all ears and ready for you.
Well, see, we're playing a dangerous game now because I mean, just letting me run is a terrible thing, especially because I get the, over 35 like kind of weird waddle going after mile one. But the biggest thing for me is selfishly, I don't care if you are able to join us in the room in Chicago or you're joining us virtually. I want to echo what was just said. Of course, yes, you need to be there. You want to be a part of it. You're going to want to hear a bunch of things, and I'm gonna tease a few things because if I tell you more, then I won't be invited to go to convention. But it's so important for you, not just for your business, but also for you to be able to connect with your team members and understand what you have to share and those feelings that make us Amari, right? We could go through our core values, our mission, all of those things, but when you're surrounded by the rest of us, right? That's when you really get to feel what separates us. We could be talking, we can have words all day long, but when you see people there in person, when you feel what is being presented virtually in person, it sets us apart. And that's what's so very important. So I absolutely love it. But selfishly, I also expect every single person on here to be the biggest hype cheer squad, whether you're at home or you're there in person and I have to get on stage and everyone's going, who's this bald bearded garden gnome looking guy? I want huge cheering sections, okay? And again, even that if that's at home and you're watching virtually, there's got to be a disruption, okay? You're scaring the cats, the kids are going, what the heck is happening right now? Like I expect that from all of you. But going back to what convention is all about. Now, I don't, if you could help me out in the chat here. Yeah, I guess it has been 3 plus years. It's so crazy to think about because time flies, right? But every single time that we've had a convention or an event, there's always going to be some amazing presenters on helping you understand where you're at today is phenomenal. It's such a great place to be. But because we're all looking for improvement, looking for the next steps, it will meet you where you're at and give you just a little bit more. But more than all of that, it's going to ignite something in you because you're going to have a little bit more to share. Whether it's going to be the science, which of course, we've got so much science that's going to be presented here at convention, not only of our amazing products, but new and innovative products. We just launched two new ones, and we're a little bit through February here, right? We're almost 2 months into the year, and we've already got two new products that are game changers, that are revolutionary. It's awesome. Do you think that maybe the next one is going to be just that much better because we're launching it at our convention and it's going to be better than what anyone else can claim and we've got the science to back it up. We've got the operation behind it with Mr. Chung that it's just going to be amazing. And we're recording this call, so don't get me in trouble, but I will say this. One of the best things about Mr. Chung is that he is not only in love with the products that we currently have, but he's also building and creating these new products for us, of course, but for him. If you know anything about Mr. Chung, you know that he's so great, but he's a little bit different than I am. If we're talking about, what they've been able to accomplish in life and things like that. But we're looking into his medicine cabinet. We're looking into the products that he wants to use every single day. And that's what we're going to be talking about at convention. Another, we're going to be talking about more innovations that he is using daily already. And so, very excited about that. I can't wait for it. But again, I go back to, okay, so we've got more products, we've got more science. But right now, drop in the chat for me, not where you're at right now, but what is your goal for the end of February? Whether that's a rank, whether that's I want to be able to do this with my team and my organization. Just drop in the chat so I can see kind of where we're all at here. If I'm going to hit my me in three, if I'm going to push for focus on five, bronze and bonuses, love that. Okay. So those type of things, this is great. Okay. Another bronze. Oh my gosh. So again, we're going to be focusing in on where you are at and some of the things that, you know what? It's been a little while since we've heard direct areas of focus. And we just had a call just not too long ago with members of our team that were talking about the numbers and talking about, okay, so how do we really start to look at what it is that we need to be doing different for our bronze ranks, silver ranks, gold, platinum, as we're building up to leader, as we're getting ready and we're kind of taking on this mantle of hey, I'm going to be a diamond soon. So I really need to start looking at the details of how people make it from brand builder to bronze. And if that's you right now, awesome. You're going to be the pro to be able to help others when it's their turn. And so we had this amazing call where we were talking about, guess what, guys? We talk so much about Focus on Five. Love it. It's the best way to get that bonus the fastest and duplicate it month after month after month. But sometimes when we're doing it, we focus so much into brand partners, getting them enrolled, getting them started with their Happy Juice, with their other products, that we kind of forget about maybe we need to really be helping out our customers that are there steadily and that they're super important for us as well. They're building that foundation. And those brand partners that came in 6 months ago, I need to reach out to them because guess what? I want to make sure that they're doing okay. That did they see the results that they were hoping for, or do I need to walk them through, you know what, maybe we want to try this with it, right? I started with Amari with the products. because I had a number of things. Well, there's a lot of things that are wrong with me, but I had a number of things that I was looking at improving on. And so Happy Juice was great. Mood Plus was great. But I had a number of areas physically where, you know what? I needed Relief Plus. I needed to take away a little bit of that inflammation. And so when somebody gave me that, I said, okay, great. And I took a couple one day, mm, didn't really see a drastic difference. So stopped even thinking about it. And then a couple months later, that same person actually, I coached high school lacrosse with him. And he said, hey, we never talked about this. How's that going for you? And I said, I'll be honest, I stopped taking it, didn't see it. He goes, what are you doing? You think that it's just going to be overnight that we're going to fix something with your whole body wellness just overnight? That's not how it works. And so it took that second time for me to really dive into things and start looking at it. And the reason why I bring that up is because we have customers and we have brand partners. And you know what? They might have given us a soft yes, and we didn't help them to make that true conviction of a yes and make that change. I'm standing here today because I believe in Amari, the products, what we do wholeheartedly. My family does. I'm here for a reason, and it kills me because I know there are people that I sometimes forget to follow up with. So you know what I do? I go through the list again and again and again, and I'd rather hit them up one extra time than that one just once not enough, if that makes any sense. Because I've seen that change. So those little things that we're talking about, reaching out again, following up, those are reminders that are going to happen at convention as well. And you're going to get those little things that, you know what? I wasn't ready to hear it when that goofy looking Guess Who character was on a Zoom call a week ago. But when I was listening virtually or I was in the room, something very similar came across, but I was ready to hear it. And you know what? A name popped into my head. And I thought, I need to reach out to that person. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to reach out to him right now. So it's little things like that. Absolutely love it. But helping you as leaders who you all are, you're here. I mean, it's late at night. It's a Monday, right? We've got the whole week ahead of us, but we're here because we're leaders. And we know that we have something that we need to share. Same thing with convention. You're going to be there and you're going to start getting additional tools for your business where you're at right this very second. So going through this, meeting you where you're at for your organization, helping you with additional tools. Guess what? On top of that, we're going to be announcing more tools and resources for this team. Okay. For this team. And I'm talking about that full sincerity because we're making sure that it's not one market, but it is your market. The Canadian market is not only one that we talk about every single day, but we're bringing it up because you saw some of that recognition that's happening in this last month and early on in February. You're killing it. Canada is ready. If anything, we're being seen that Canada is going to be number two market and pushing everybody else out of the way. So we're going to have tools and resources for you as well. Reminders of little tools, little resources. Absolutely. We're going to have new innovations that are going to be shared. We're going to have science that backs it up. And also, we're going to be able to recognize and celebrate what you have done already. Does anybody know the goal of Amare? How many lives we want to impact? That big number? Does anybody know? Leah. Yeah, you can say it. Lacey's just shooting a little low here, thinking like, oh, no, 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 I'll be safe with this one. Add another zero. It's 10 million is the goal. We can take a break once we hit 10 million. Is kind of what we're all agreeing to. So sorry if you didn't know that. We signed you up for it, okay? With a goal that big, we understand that it takes every single one of us. And along the way, you've got to start celebrating your wins. One of my goals for 2026, and this is just a personal, I mean, you gave me time, so I'm just throwing things out here. But in 2026, I have two goals. I want to start celebrating the wins. I want to start celebrating the little wins myself. Okay. And the reason why I set that as a goal, a lot of you are thinking like, oh my gosh, Wilson is so selfish. Well, don't talk to my beautiful wife Lexi or my two daughters because they'll be like, yeah, they must be new if they didn't know that already. But I seem to really, really slow myself down when I don't appreciate what I've been able to accomplish. So now I'm going to start celebrating wins. And in 2026, it's not going to be, oh my gosh, I'm going out, I'm buying a new car and anything like that. It's, you know what? I did something great. I set a goal, I was able to achieve it. I'm sharing it with others, and we're finding some way to celebrate and do something that's out of the normal. That started me out with I'm going to go out for a walk, but I'm taking my two girls and our puppies, and we're going to go for a walk because you know what? I was able to get this done, and this is what I want to do. And it's built up from there already. We're not even done with February. The reason why that is so important is because my second goal, which is going to be the biggest one, is I am as many times as I possibly can. I'm going to go out and I'm going to start telling my friends, my family, my loved ones, my best friends. I'm going to start telling them to grow up. I'm going to start telling them to start looking at themselves as their own best friend. Now, I want to just give you a little bit more here because this is very important to me. Shannon, you're front and center, so I'm using you as an example. And I apologize because this is going to be so, so true. I already know it. Just with our little bit of encounters, okay? Shannon, you don't treat yourself half as well as you would a best friend that you love deeply. You don't celebrate your wins. And too often, you put so many other things above your needs, wants, desires, but the things that you've earned. So my plea for everyone this year, and specifically right now, Shannon, you are going to write down somewhere that it is time to start treating yourself like your own best friend. You are that voice that's behind you because you're going to say, Shannon, you deserve better than that. So go out and get it. Shannon, you are going to be in that room. All right? You've worked hard for it. Every single person on this call, whether it's in person or virtual, you deserve to be in the conversations. You deserve what we have prepared for months and months for every single one of you to hear, be a part of, and going back to the very beginning, to feel what you are doing. One of the hardest things in the world is when you have someone that you love and you can see them not live up to their potential. Shannon, I'm trying really hard because you said we're not going to swear on this call and somebody pressed the record button. So I've got to take a second. So sorry. I want to swear at all of us right now because truly there's so much in store for us and we know it. But for some weird reason, the mirror is not as forgiving as a phone call to that best friend, a text message when they say, "Oh, I'm having a day," and you say, "Are you kidding me? You're a boss, babe. You're freaking killing it. What's wrong with you? You get me on the call on the phone, and I'll let you know how you are a superhero." I've got Megan here doing all the things and holding a baby. Okay. I've got Chelsea over here that I want to know every single piece of your story, Chelsea, because if you are able to be this genuine with us, I can't wait for your book to come out. I really want to know all of the things and understand why You're allowing little things to stand in your way. I already know what it is. It's because you put everybody else's needs before yours. So in 2026, we're going to an unstoppable convention. Again, whether in person or virtually. But for the love of all things holy, we're going to celebrate the little wins and we're going to start treating ourselves as our own best friend. And we're going to start writing down notes because it's something that I need to hear too. I really want me to hear this. Because again, all the four-letter words, I've earned it. Okay. So Unstoppable Convention is your starting point to start doing these things. We have so much in store for you. I can't wait for it. I'm going to be excited every second of it because I already know what's happening and we're going to blow the socks off of every single person that's able to listen in. And guess what? When people listen in a second time, same thing. Socks are gone. Those that have to listen to it a week later. It's going to be an amazing time for us to understand we are unstoppable and Amari's going so many great places because we have the people to do it. So, with that being said, I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have just said, "Hey Wilson, jump on here. Tell us if you're excited or not." I hope you can tell I'm a little excited, a bit, but more so, I just can't wait for this group. I can't wait for what you're going to be able to do because again, you've earned it, but also we're getting out of our own way and we've got some best friends that are going to start looking out for us moving forward. So, with that, I'm going to stop talking. If there's anything that overstated, overshared, sorry, not sorry.
Oh man, no, that was incredible. Wilson, first of all, I did not ask you to make us all cry on this call. I had no idea that was going to happen. Seriously. No, that was so good. And this is why I was so excited to bring you on because the feeling that you have behind Amare is echoed in all of us. We all have those same feelings. And sometimes it just takes someone else saying it in order for us to actually be reminded of why we said yes in the first place. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I feel like we all needed to hear that. Like some of us, maybe you weren't gonna jump on the call because you weren't sure that there was gonna be value. And I mean, I warned you that there was gonna be value, but like I don't think you guys understood that maybe this is exactly what you needed to hear today. And I'm just grateful that Wilson was able to share that with us. And I am seriously so excited for convention. You have no idea. I can't wait to be there in person. I can't wait to see all of you guys virtually giving you hugs. And then for the ones that I get to meet for the very first time, because there's a few of you that I get to hug in real life for the first time. And I'm just so excited. So thank you so much, Wilson. That was nuts. That was insane. It was so good. The chat is blowing up. Please show Wilson as much love as you possibly can. If you're not following him, go and find him on Facebook, find him somewhere, follow him. He has the most beautiful family that I have ever seen in my entire life. Wilson, you bagged a good one. She is absolutely stunning. And I mean, yeah, I'm so happy that you were able to just share a little bit of that with us. We have so many good things coming, you guys. I can't say it enough that I like Wilson what you said about convention being the beginning. If you have been with Amari maybe for a year, if you're just jumping in and you are ready to relaunch your business, convention is the time to do it. I'm not kidding. With what we just brought out with Slim to Fit and Everbalance, those already, like this team alone is seeing some incredible results. I don't know, Wilson, like there's some girls on here that are seeing changes and testimonies that are wild. Like that I've never seen before, that they have never seen before. So I know the belief is there, and then it just is going to compound and get better and better with what we have coming at convention and beyond. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. Does anyone have any questions for Wilson? Can we open it up for a Q&A for you, Wilson, or what? Or are you down for that? Okay, it's if you guys want to just unmute and ask a question, you can, or drop it in the chat if you're not able to hold it together.
Can
JK,
I ask
Kelsey.
a question about the collagen? Because at the training last weekend, you said something about the probiotic being in it, and I'm wondering if that means we can like switch it out for antibiotics, like drink that instead of antibiotics
So, and
for
all
like our customers who, sorry, for our customers who are like on a budget or whatever.
right, right. And so there's going to be similar pieces to it, but sorry, we're being recorded right now, right? Are we still recording?
Oh, yeah.
So for that,
Wait, should
If you
I
can't answer me,
maybe
you can
maybe
say
I'll
that you
let me
can't
just
answer
go
me.
ahead and stop the recording. How about that? Then we can do a Q&A. Where's the stop record button? I'm gonna just stop
Just
the recording
going
right now. Okay, okay.